This is a Fox News alert. It is not a good night for the Clintons. The Hill's John Solomon reporting tonight a new investigation into the Clinton Foundation has been opened by the FBI. Now, according to the report, investigators will be looking for any possible wrongdoing surrounding pay-to-play or other illegal activity while Hillary Clinton was serving as your Secretary of State. Also tonight, the Daily Beast reporting the DOJ is looking into Hillary Clinton's email server. John Solomon and Sarah Carter will join us in a minute. Here with reaction to the shocking news, as well as tonight's opening monologue, is the former deputy assistant to the president, Fox News contributor Sebastian Gorka, and Fox News correspondent at large, apparently co-host of The Five now, Geraldo Rivera. I've been watching you all week. This is huge news. They're now looking into the Clinton Foundation, and it's now confirmed. They now are clearly also now looking into the email server scandal, which we now know Comey basically rigged with Peter Strzok because they wrote an exoneration months before the investigation.
I think in terms of the email scandal, there is no doubt but that the fix was in. It is also an archaic scandal, and if we go back there again, the eyes of the public will roll into the back of their head and say, oh no, what's next, Benghazi?
Geraldo, wait a minute. Were laws broken in your view as an attorney?
They very well may have been.
Felonies.
They may have been, but I don't know what crime it would be. You need intent to violate those secrecy acts.
So if you set up a private server in a mom and pop shop bathroom closet, wait a minute. You put secret, top secret, classified special access program. Whoa, and then you destroy it, delete it, bleach fit it, acid wash it.
The reason the other aspect of this, the pay-for-play Clinton Foundation aspect of this is much more intriguing is that it is new. We haven't treaded and hours and hours. Well, you more than most. Yeah. But I want to know how the Clintons became so wealthy when they never had a real job. I think that those are good questions. But if you conflate this with that email thing again,
why would we ever give up 20% of America's uranium? Robert Mueller knew the FBI had a spy inside of Putin's ring. Bribery, extortion, money laundering, kickback, Sebastian. Sure. And then they still allowed CFIUS to sign off 9-0 across the board, and the money went right back to the Clinton Foundation, $150 million. Huge amounts.
We've been waiting more than a year to find out if America is still a nation of the rule of law. And now Hillary's going to find out the answer to her own question: what difference does it make? And Geraldo, I didn't know you studied law, but I'll have to tell you something. As a former federal employee, intent is utterly irrelevant when it comes to the handling of classified materials in federal law. You do not need to be giving that information to a foreign agent. If you simply misplace it, you have committed a felony. It's one of the few aspects of federal law where intent is irrelevant. And that woman had at least 108 emails at the highest classification of the federal system on her private server. That's a felony, Geraldo.
This is the way I totally disagree with the legal analysis, but let me make a much more important
point. It's a fact, Geraldo.
I have to make a much more important point. I care about the 45th president of the United States. I care about Donald Trump. I want his presidency to be a success. I fear that he is not touting his strengths, as Sean alluded in the opening of this program. We have an economy now that is robust, that is booming, that is including everybody from the wealthy to the person, the urban person.
So Hillary gets a pass.
I want to tout that success.
Black unemployment, 7-year low.
I want to tout that success. I want to scream that from the rooftops. That positive message is what the American people are yearning to hear, not Hillary Clinton emails.
What about equal justice?
What do I care about Hillary Clinton?
Equal justice under the law? Sebastian.
What is the statue of Lady Justice blindfolded for a reason, Geraldo? All Americans should be equal before the law, whether your last name is Rivera or whether your last name is Clinton. This woman has committed felonies. It goes without saying. The fact that more than 50%...
It does not go without saying. You cannot make a statement like that because you're a smart man. You cannot make a statement like that.
The director of the FBI said she had 108 classified emails on her private server. That's a felony, Geraldo.
Then And in the last 2-3 years, why hasn't there been any meaningful?
That's the question.
It's
That's
not.
the question.
Hold on a second. Wait, hang on a second.
Donald Trump to be dragged back into that crap again?
It's not Donald Trump. He has no say in this. Why? And I ask you this. Why would Comey and Strzok, a Trump hater, be writing an exoneration months before they ever even interviewed the main people involved?
With dozens of hostile eyes on Hillary Clinton's private email server, there has not been one scintilla of proof that any leak happened to a hostile party.
Wait a minute. Our own Brett Baer, 99% certainty, 5 foreign agencies had access to that. Next question. So you're telling me it's not obstruction of justice. If I have subpoenaed emails, 33,000 I delete. Hang on. Then I acid wash and bleach bit the hard drive. And then just to make sure, I take the BlackBerries and I smash them with a hammer. You're not telling me that's not intentional obstruction of justice?
I am telling you that even as you recited that with your eloquence, my eyes rolled. Why? Because I don't care about Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton's not going to run for office again.
You care about equal justice.
I care about the president succeeding and uniting the country.
He's not going to do it.
Forward together. We have big issues.
All right,
big fish.
Dr. Gorka.
Every American, Geraldo included, should care if federal law enforcement officers are breaking the law. When Hillary Clinton was interviewed, her co-suspect was allowed to act as her counsel, and the FBI, not Hillary, the FBI destroyed the laptops that were central to that investigation. Geraldo, you should care about that, because that means we've got bent
I care about
cops.
the future, not the past. Dr. Gorka,
what if a crime was committed against your daughter 10 years ago? Would you care about that person?
If you show me one victim from that whole email baloney,
America's national security.
America.
Foreign agents picked up on it, Geraldo.
Like what?
Intelligence.
Like a CIA document that says that? I don't.
Oh, boy. All right, we're going to have to leave it there.